Welcome, architects of reality. Your presence here is evidence of a profound attraction, a moment of recognition that signals the truth of your existence. You have called this knowledge forth because a part of your being already acknowledges that you are not a mere character subject to a predetermined script, but the architect of the stage itself. And my purpose is to activate your inherent, instantaneous power. We are moving beyond the limits imposed by the third-dimensional constraint field to access the truth that has always belonged to you. Feel the power and the wisdom settling deep within your consciousness now. You recognize that you are the architect, and this recognition begins the immediate shift toward conscious ordering. This journey of instantaneous creation demands that we first dismantle the flawed assumptions held about the very fabric of existence, shattering the illusion, the true substance of reality. Before construction begins, the architect must intimately understand the material. The task is to shatter the illusion of a fixed, separate, external world and reveal reality as the fluid, responsive medium awaiting your command. You are now dismantling the disempowering beliefs about the universe. It is necessary now to discard the outdated programming that has perpetuated frustration and cycles of failure. Manifestation is emphatically not about controlling an external reality, a concept which inevitably implies a constant struggle against a world perceived as separate from you. Furthermore, it is not about attempting to bend reality through sheer mental force, because this framing suggests the universe is resistant and must be overpowered. And crucially, the common definition that manifestation is merely about your thoughts creating reality is incomplete. These approaches, the struggle, the attempt to overpower, the incomplete definition, are the very mechanisms that generate contradictory internal friction, confirming the false belief that your power resides outside of you. Let all contradictory internal friction dissolve immediately. The true nature of reality is one of profound elegance and simplicity. To grasp this, let's employ the steam and ice analogy. Your pure, formless consciousness, the essence of who you are, is the steam state of consciousness. This state is invisible, characterized by high vibration, and entirely unbound. Conversely, the physical world that you perceive, every structure, every person, every circumstance you encounter, is the ice state of matter. This ice state is, in truth, a frozen consciousness construct, or alternatively understood as frozen imagination. The crucial, immediate insight is this: steam and ice share the identical substance. They differ only in their vibratory states. You now understand that reality is not separate from you. It is you, lowered into form. As the architect, you are fundamentally working with the very substance of your own being. This foundational understanding leads directly to the revolutionary core definition reframing, the master key that unlocks instantaneous creation. Internalize this absolute truth. Manifestation is an inner shift in which you are no longer emotionally reliant on seeing physical reality change. This internal shift toward the emotional non-dependent state is the single most important factor. This shift is everything. It constitutes the act of achieving consciousness core resonance. In this resonant state, your inner condition is whole and complete, entirely regardless of the conditions visible in the external world. It is the state of profound internal security, being fully good with your desired outcome and equally good without it. This emotional non-dependency is the very essence of instant manifestation. It operates instantaneously because it occurs on the mental plane transcendence, a realm of being that exists beyond the restrictive limitations of time, space, and duality confinement. You are now shifting internally to the emotional non-dependency state, the universal operating system, mastering your personal frequency. With the true material of reality understood, we turn now to the universal system that receives and responds to your design. The universe is not a domain of random chance or chaos. It is a perfectly responsive operating system that delivers specific outcomes with impeccable precision. Every aspect of your life experience to date is the direct result of this system responding to the inputs you have provided. This section is your user manual, designed to move you from operating on unconscious default settings to engaging in conscious, deliberate creation by mastering your personal frequency. Imagine the universe as a vast digital marketplace, a concept we term the Universal Marketplace Protocol. Within this protocol, there exists an infinite catalog containing every potential reality imaginable. In every moment, you, the architect, are placing an order. The majority of people engage in unconscious default ordering. They broadcast a frequency that is derived from ingrained habit and reactionary patterns. They then express confusion when the same unwanted product is continuously delivered. The vital work of the architect is to engage in conscious ordering, to deliberately and intentionally select the precise reality you wish to experience. You are now moving into conscious ordering, broadcasting your deliberate intent. Your personal frequency signature acts as the universal product code that you are perpetually transmitting to this expansive marketplace. The universe operates without judgment. It simply reads the transmitted code and ships the corresponding product. Your current external reality is merely the package that was dutifully delivered in response to the specific UPC you have been broadcasting. This signature is not some vague mystical abstraction. It is a practical, measurable signal. It is composed specifically of your mental attitude calibration and your emotional state synchronization. To achieve fourth-dimensional attainment, which is defined as the ability to think from the reality you desire rather than of it, emerges through frequency congruence across 5 critical components. When these components come into alignment, serving as the foundation for your instantaneous creative power. 1. Belief congruence layer. Your core beliefs represent the inviolable foundational code of your operating system. If any belief persists that does not fundamentally serve the desired outcome, it functions as a line of malicious code. This malicious code leads to system failure because the system cannot and will not violate its own foundational logic. Your belief system is instantly aligning with the reality of your fulfillment. Execute the belief reset now. 2. Thoughts injection protocol. Your internal mental conversations must always originate from the position of attainment. While the initial first random thought may often feel uncontrollable, the true demonstration of the architect's mastery is achieved by controlling the second thought and every subsequent thought that follows. This ensures every thought aligns perfectly with the finished blueprint of your desire. You demonstrate mastery by controlling the second thought with precision and ease. 3. Attention energy flow. Attention is the fundamental currency utilized to energize any given reality. The reality you focus on is the reality you are actively building. Therefore, your attention must be completely withdrawn from the old unwanted reality and must be invested fully and immediately in the new one. Attention is your currency. You invest it wholly in the finished reality now. 4. Emotional conviction fuel. This component acts as the essential power source that activates and drives the entire system. It is defined as a state of deep assurance, a term rooted in the original potent meaning of faith. It must be an unwavering, absolute internal conviction that your design is not merely possible in the future, but is already complete and existing now on the mental plane. Deep assurance flows through you now, fueling your instantaneous design. 5. Identity architecture. You must assume and embody the identity of the person who already possesses your desire. The jacket analogy provides the perfect illustration. You must literally wear the feeling of your wish being fulfilled. This feeling must be worn until it transforms and becomes your natural, default state of being. This sustained embodiment achieves aligned frequency maintenance. You are wearing the jacket of fulfilled desire. This identity is now maintained effortlessly. With these 5 mechanics understood and synchronized, you achieve the required frequency congruence for instantaneous creation. This integrated mastery addresses the most common inquiry posed by those seeking to create. If manifestation is instant, why does it seem to take so long? 3. Deconstructing delay, the mechanics of energetic space. Your previous experiences that seem to involve delay were not instances of failure. They were simply the direct, predictable output generated by a miscalibrated frequency. It is a mechanical principle. Perceived time is a direct byproduct of energetic distance. Here, we meticulously deconstruct the primary mechanism responsible for that miscalibration, the energetic distance that you, the architect, unintentionally create. You are receiving the tools right now to collapse that delay entirely. The fundamental cause of all perceived delay is known as the pedestalization delay mechanism. This mechanism functions through a clear and absolutely logical sequence. 1. The act of placing a desired outcome onto a pedestal automatically assigns it immense importance. 2. The universe registers and interprets this perceived importance as an excess meaning signature. 3. This excess meaning signature is then directly translated into energetic space, distance. 4. Consequently, the immutable rule holds. The greater the importance you assign to your desire, the greater the resulting perceived distance, and the greater the delay become. This profound principle provides the full explanation for the painful paradox of why those who feel they need a thing the most seem to possess it the least. The emotional dependency created by the pedestalization establishes an energetic separation that confirms non-possession. The solution to this mechanism is deceptively simple, yet profoundly impactful: the downgrading protocol. You must consciously and immediately take your desire off the pedestal. You must internalize the instruction to take it for granted. Consider the breathing analogy. You do not exert effort or struggle for your next breath. You do not assign it undue importance, placing it on a pedestal. It is rather a simple, normal, and entirely expected part of your reality. The universal truth is that whatever state or object becomes genuinely normal for you will find you effortlessly. The downgrading protocol is making your desire effortless and normal right now. You are dissolving all excess meaning signatures attached to your desires. This precise internal focus, achieved through the downgrading protocol and the cultivation of the emotional non-dependency state, also helps overcome other frequent obstacles encountered when architects temporarily forget their inherent power. One such pitfall is the externalization blasphemy. This is the action of mistakenly giving your creative power away. It manifests as what we call shiny object syndrome, which is the perpetual, relentless search for external techniques, new tools, external validation, or gurus. This search demonstrates a fundamental forgetfulness of the critical truth. You are, and have always been, the shiniest object in the universe. Another stagnation point is the analysis paralysis lock. This is a state characterized by intellectual stagnation. It rests on the flawed belief that acquiring more information will somehow generate security. But, as the wisdom states, staring at rice does not cook it. The only true prerequisite required for creation is the self-knowing prerequisite. This prerequisite does not mandate that you first resolve all past trauma or complete lengthy esoteric cleanses. It is the immediate, direct recognition of your inherent, sovereign, creative authority. You recognize your inherent creative authority instantly. Finally, architects often stumble into the flawed logic of reaping-based judgment. This involves judging your current progress solely by looking at external physical results. This is precisely the trap known as the mirror smile paradox, waiting for your reflection to smile before you permit yourself to smile first. A true architect measures success exclusively by the fidelity to the internal blueprint. This is achieved by engaging in sewing-based progress assessment, focusing on the quality and congruence of your internal inputs, which is the only metric that possesses genuine relevance. You assess your progress only through sewing-based progress assessment. External results are irrelevant to your internal state. Now that the substance of reality is clear, the system's mechanics are understood, and potential pitfalls have been deconstructed, it is time to receive your final defining instructions. These are not mere suggestions. They are the absolute core directives intended for every genuine architect of reality. 4. The architect's directives, activating instantaneous creation. You have moved beyond simple conceptual understanding. You are ready for the activation sequence. These fundamental directives are the mechanism that shifts your identity definitively from a passive character reacting to circumstances to a conscious, sovereign creator. Internalize these directives fully. Execute them without hesitation, and you will observe reality reconfiguring its entire structure in direct, obedient, and instantaneous response to your new state of being. The activation sequence is integrating perfectly within your core identity. Directive 1. Execute the internalizing power directive. This directive serves as the definitive cure for both the externalization blasphemy and shiny object syndrome. The absolute truth is that your creative power resides solely, exclusively, and powerfully within you. Rejecting the need for external validation and rejecting any desire for permission to create. The very act of searching externally for power is paradoxically a declaration that you do not already possess the power to create. You must fully embody the identity of the realized self-projection, the version of you who operates from the unshakable knowing that everything originates from the interior state. You fully embody the realized self-projection now, because you know all power is internal. Directive 2. Achieve the emotional non-dependency state. This directive is the powerful mechanism that dismantles the flawed logic inherent in reaping-based judgment and permanently solves the mirror smile paradox. You must command yourself to generate the feeling of your desire fulfilled from within your own being. This feeling must be produced, maintained, and operated completely independent of any external proof or observable change. Your self-command must be it before the world proves it. This powerful internal action satisfies the internal alignment axiom: you have achieved emotional non-dependency. You be it before the world proves it. Directive 3. Normalize your reality. This is the essential, practical application that instantly collapses the vast energetic space created by the pedestalization delay mechanism. You must execute the downgrading protocol immediately and perfectly. Take your desire off the pedestal without reservation and integrate it into your life experience as a simple, normal, expected fact. This definitive act of normalization allows the potentiality field to merge seamlessly with and become your currently perceived physical world. The potentiality field is collapsing into your experience now. Normalization is complete, and the potentiality field merges seamlessly because this outcome is utterly normal for you. Through the consistent and sovereign execution of these core directives, you permanently cease the futile activity of chasing a reality you want. Instead, you begin the simple, elegant process of selecting the reality you already inhabit. You are not striving to acquire something that is currently missing. You are simply allowing what is already irrevocably yours on the mental plane to manifest effortlessly into the physical domain. You are allowing what is already yours to manifest instantly and without struggle. The age of the architect is now. You stepped into this transmission perhaps feeling like a passive character, subject to the confines of a pre-written script. You now stand ready to leave as the true architect. You have received the blueprints necessary to move beyond the limiting restrictions of the third-dimensional constraint field. You are now equipped to operate from the mental plane transcendence. In this transcendent realm, creation is fundamentally not a struggle against resistance, but an instantaneous, natural, and obedient fact. Your true work begins now. You possess the tools, you claim your power, and you commence the glorious work of designing a world that serves as the perfect, magnificent reflection of the truth that resides within you. The age of the architect is now. You are operating from the mental plane transcendence now. If the principles and architecture revealed in this transmission resonate with your core truth, let this deep realization guide your continued creation. You are invited to build with the community of quantum architects who are actively redesigning the reality. In the next transmission, we will further deconstruct the intricate fabric of the potentiality field itself, preparing you for an additional profound paradigm shift. I'll catch you there.